Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spy Pond Field in Arlington, Massachusetts. It's called Pierce Field, home of the Arlington Spy Ponders. Today's matchup is between the Arlington girls varsity Spy Ponders against Burlington High School. Burlington comes into the match with a 4-4-1 record. They had one big win earlier in the season against their rival Woburn. Spy Ponders come into the match losers of three in a row on the road. Three very, very tough games against Lexington, Winchester, and then Wilmington earlier this week on Wednesday. Spy Ponders' record today, as of today, is 5 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie. Spy Ponders are coached by Paul Austin, and the Burlington High School varsity coach is Caitlin Germain. Arlington has been playing well. They dominated the Wilmington game. However, were unable to come away with a victory. They were hurt by 2 breakaway goals by the Wilmington superstar Olivia Wingate, a Notre Dame Division I commit who came in on 2 breakaways. But beyond those 2 goals, Arlington carried the possession in Wilmington and could very easily have come away with a victory earlier this week on Wednesday. Arlington has been led this year by number 00, Amelia Brush, having a breakout season at goaltending. She's had some spectacular saves this year, and in the Wilmington game made a great challenge at the end of the game to cause the Wilmington striker to shoot the ball wide, or it would have been an even bigger margin. Starting for the Spy Ponders up top, number 14, Anna Kohlberg, with number 9, Abigail Ewan, the Abigailio. At midfield for Arlington, on the right is the freshman Carolyn Days. She's joined in the midfield by another freshman, Sophie Morris, number 25. Number 3 is the senior captain in the midfield, Insa Manstadt. Number 18, a sophomore, Raina Conti. And the other midfielder on the far left is number 10, Heather Gallagher, a senior. In the Arlington backfield is number 16 on the hunt, Amelia Manstadt, another freshman. On the right, Olivia Jones, a senior. And, of course, at center, the 4-year starter, captain, senior, center back, Elizabeth Horgan. And, again, Arlington goaltender, Amelia Brush. We're delighted to be here on behalf of our ACMI, Arlington Community Media, Inc. This is our local cable broadcast of Arlington's 10th game of the season. They come into the match 5-3-1, so this is the 10th game of the season. Ball up. Horgan is there to clear it back in. She shoots it back up to Gallagher on the left field, midfield side, but the ball rolls out of bounds for Burlington possession. Beautiful afternoon here at Pierce Field. 70 degrees and sunny. Horgan plays it beautifully with the chest, but it's Burlington ball. Olivia Jones over to cover. She pops it over to Gallagher with a nice first touch. Gallagher sends it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg turns, picks the head up, sends it to the middle to Manstadt. Manstadt with the ball, number 3, tries to shoot it over to Days and gets it through, and Days pops it up to Ewan. The Abigailio is dispossessed, though, and it's out of bounds off of Burlington. Abigail Ewan, a junior, number 9, multi-sport athlete for the Spy Ponders, also a star in basketball and softball. There's Manstadt with a kickback, tries to play it over to Morris. Morris is dispossessed in the midfield. Burlington tries to shoot it back up. Horgan shoots it back in, taken nicely by Conti, but Burlington comes away with it. Number 13, Orianne Holman in the midfield. Holman tries to shoot it in to the left striker, number 19, Riley Glennon, but it's broken up, and here comes Manstadt the other way for the Spy Ponders. Manstadt sends it into Conti. Conti's got no space, and a nice little touch by the Burlington defender. Back up to number 13, Orianne Holman. And there's an offsides call against Burlington. So we will have a free kick for the Spy Ponders. It's going to be taken again by the freshman, number 16, Little Millie Manstadt. She can drive it, and she does, sends it up the midfield, but met beautifully by a Burlington defender on the first ball. That's number 5. And there's a disruption. Jones sends it back to Manstad. Manstad plays it back to Brush, and Brush makes a nice clear into the midfield. Ball bounces, and it's met first by Ewan. Ewan plays it over to Manstad. Manstad collects it nicely, sends it out to the side to Days. Days with a crafty step over. This is a crafty freshman. Back over to Manstad. Manstad's disrupted, and it's kicked out of bounds by Horgan. Gorgeous afternoon, up and down game so far. We're just about at the 4-minute mark into the game. Burlington throw in. It's met by Jones, kicked out of bounds. Number 4, Olivia Jones, in her second or third game, probably her third game back from ACL surgery in the offseason. Just getting her wind back and getting back into the swing of things right at the right time. Arlington with 5 wins on the season, only needs a few more to get into the playoffs. Maybe a couple more wins. And here's a break for Burlington, but it's cleared back out by the younger Manstad. Sisters on the field, one a senior, Insa Manstad, number 3, a midfielder. Her younger sister, Amelia, number 16, a freshman. There's a way offsides, but the ref waves it off as inconsequential, and it rolls all the way back to Brush. Brush can thunder the ball. She can really give it a boot, and here's one. Look at that, almost to the 50, over the 50, played by Burlington, and here's a chance. Oop, nope. So Burlington's a little bit packed in. They got 3 defenders flat in the back, and that's going to make it tough for Kohlberg and Ewan to get by them. Looks like Burlington has a, this Brush, he plays it back to number 5. And here's a chance for Burlington. A big chance, but Brush comes out and grabs it. All right, so the girls are certainly here to play. Brush sends another one over the 50. Almost met by Ewan. Not much going on here for Arlington. Horgan heads it in to Manstad. Manstad got her head up in a little bit of space. Tries to chip it in deep to Days and does. Days runs on it, and it's played out by Burlington defender number 9, Emily Morera, a senior listed as a midfielder. Looks like she's back. Days throws it in over to Ewan. Ewan comes away with it. Tries to get it over. She had Conti. Okay, it looks like it's going to be an Arlington corner kick. Most dangerous play in soccer is the corner kick. This one's going to be taken by number 25, the freshman Sophie Morris. Morris having an excellent season. Injured earlier in the season with a stress fracture. Has come back very, very strong. She's got a goal and a couple of assists. Her favorite target here is little Amelia Manstad, number 16. Watch her run into the box. There goes Amelia Manstad. Who's there? Oh, sticky fingers. Who's that goalkeeper? We'll try to get her name for you. There are 2 goalkeepers. Well, let's see how many are listed on the Burlington roster. 2 goalkeepers listed on the Burlington roster. This is probably the senior, Kenzie Arsenault, number 00. Kohlberg tries to sneak in but can't on the clearance kick. Morris plays a sombrero into Conti. Conti is blocked. Beautiful play by Ewan, back to Days. Days over to Manstad. Manstad back to Days. Days shoots it across to Morris. Morris with a shot. Save. So it looks like it is Kenzie Arsenault, the goalie, for Winchester, number 00, the senior goalkeeper. Arsenault kind of skews one sideways. It's taken by number 7, Jordan Della Santa, listed again as a forward, but looks like she's playing towards the middle. Throw in, met by Morris. Morris with the left foot plays it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg controls nicely, brings it to the middle, tries to send it into Manstad, but can't, and it rolls all the way over to Carolyn Days, the freshman. Days sends it back into Manstad and moves. Here comes Manstad. She might have Morris. Who does she have? She's got Conti. Conti deflects it, but it rolls right into the hands of Kenzie Arsenault. Kenzie Arsenault, senior goalkeeper, number 00. Let's see what she's got for a punt. Not bad. Met beautifully by the Burlington midfielder, number 13. Or is that number 3? No, it's 13. Yeah, Orianne Homan. Nice player. Here's Arlington trying to put a little pressure or get a couple shots on Burlington. And it looks like it's going to be a Burlington goal kick. No substitutions in the game yet. We're in the 8th minute. No score. Been an up and down game so far. Not a lot of scoring opportunities for either team. There's a nice clearance kick. Met beautifully by Morris. Morris plays it over to Ewan. Ewan back to Manstad. Manstad shoots it over to Days. Days with a little bit of space. Some nice possession for Arlington. Days back to Manstad. Manstad is dispossessed, but it rolls back in. And a scrum in the box. Nothing happening there. Amelia Manstad into her sister, Insa. Insa over to Sophie Morris. Morris takes it into Heather Gallagher. Gallagher tries to cross it and wins the corner kick. A corner kick won by Heather Gallagher. Gallagher, an interesting story, spent her first 2 years of high school at Rivers School before transferring into Arlington as a junior, and will take it. Also a star at hockey and lacrosse. The senior Gallagher. And here come a first round of subs. We're going to see Mackenzie Sheriff into the game. She's been battling a knee injury. Jenny Lucci in the game, battling a hamstring injury. And Megan Kerr in the game, replacing Olivia Jones. First round of substitutions. Ball rolls back, and it's taken by number 8 for Burlington, Rebecca Haddad. Manstad plays it back to Brush. Brush kicks it right to Haddad, but got away with it. And maybe not for long. Oh, here it is. She picks it up. She tries to play it into Days, and a little bit of jumbled play here by Arlington, but Days comes away with it, and let's see if Arlington can counter. Days plays it nicely to Lucy. Lucy back square to Days. Days has got some space. Shoots it over on the side to Manstad. Manstad with a little bit of space into Sheriff, the new sheriff in town. Tries to send it into Morris. Morris can't get there. Rolls back to Amelia Manstad. Tries to drive it in deep, but no problem for Kenzie Arsenault as it drifts softly into her hands. So Arsenault with the free kick. Coach Paul Austin did some subbing at the 10th minute. And here's Lucy going to meet the first ball. She can't get there. Days gets there, however. And Carolyn Days can't win it. Number 15, the senior McKenna Matson, winning some balls on the left-hand side for Burlington. Here's Megan Kerr with her first touch of the day. A little bit of trouble getting it back to Horgan, and the Arlington team has yet to really find a groove yet in the contest. Here comes some substitutions for Burlington. Number 2 into the match. Don't see her listed. Oh, yes, Erin Mackey, a junior defender, comes into the match. Ball rolls back to goalkeeper Brush. Brush picks it up, and we're going to have an Arlington punt. Brush again over the 50, all the way to the 40, a 60-yard, 50-yard punt from Brush. That girl can kick the ball a country mile. Here's Manstad with some possession in the midfield. Tries to chip it into Kohlberg and does. Kohlberg with the first touch of a blacksmith, but gets away with it, and here comes Manstad, scoring opportunity, sends it across to Gallagher. Oh, Gallagher can't quite finish, but a beautiful play by Insa Manstad. And Gallagher is due. In the Wilmington game, Gallagher had a very interesting game. She hit the crossbar once and the post once, almost scored, so she certainly is due for a goal. Here's a handball on Kerr, but she got away with it. Lucy plays it back to Horgan. Horgan shoots it back up the middle to Manstad. Manstad turns and sends it over to Lucy. Lucy tries to shoot it into Kohlberg and does. Here's Kohlberg again. She shoots it across to Sophie Morris. Morris tries to shoot it into Days, and there's a tough ball for Burlington. Somebody's got to get there. Sheriff whiffs on the shot. Morris heads it backwards. Lucy plays it in the air, and the Arlington girls are playing ping pong. Here's Manstad on the hunt. And a long ball met by Horgan, sent back out of bounds. Interesting series of events there in the Burlington box, but the Arlington girls couldn't get a shot on it. Dumped in. Brush is there. And we've got an Arlington punt. Brush sends it again over the 50. Mars can't get there. It rolls in. Sheriff on the hunt. Too late, but she caused the turnover. Here's Gallagher, patiently sends it into Manstad. Very nice play. Manstad patiently sends it over to Megan Kerr. the sophomore. Kerr sends it back into Manstad. Manstad tries to shoot it into Days, but she's going to run out of real estate. And we're going to have a Burlington goal kick. Here comes another Burlington substitution. It looks like it's number 10, senior midfielder Megan Flaherty.
You guys look so sad.
Ball met by Manstad in the midfield. She shoots it over to Days. Days tries to chip it into the box. A bunny hop by the Burlington defender. Morris is knocked off the ball. Here comes Manstad. Tries to shoot it in. She does shoot it in to Kohlberg. Shot save. She was offsides anyway. But a nice little ball in by Manstad. Crafty little pass. Kohlberg did not hold the line. And it looks like we're going to have an Arlington substitution. And it could be the one and only Gracie Kahlo. That's who it looks like it's going to be. Beautiful met on the first ball by Insa Manstad. Second ball over to Mars. Mars plays it back to Insa Manstad, who tries to shoot it into Days but can't get there. There's Horgan at the midfield, plays it nicely over to the Lucy child. Lucy goes on the hunt, can't get there, but tries to win the 50-50 and almost does. Burlington takes possession. Number 8, Rebecca Haddad, tries to send it back to her teammate, number 7, Jordan Della Santa, but Della Santa can't collect it. Arlington substitution number 20, Grace Kahlo. So Grace Kahlo comes into the game, very exciting player, senior, also a terrific basketball player. Comes in at the 15-minute mark. Lucy plays it double off the chest, sends it across to Manstad. Manstad's been active. She finds an option in Kerr. Kerr takes a touch, sends it into Days. Days flicks it back into Manstad, but she can't get there. Kerr again with a nice head ball. But it rolls back to number 2, Erin Mackey. Mackey tries to dump it into the middle. She can't. Lucy plays it off the shoulder. And here's Lucy again, tries to kick it over to Kahlo. This is Kahlo's first touch of the day. A nice one back to Amelia Manstad. Manstad tries to send it back to Kahlo, but it rolls over to Lucy. And here's some Arlington space. Lucy finds the red shirt. And Megan Kerr with a nice challenge. Here's Amelia Manstad, tries to send it in deep to Days. Met nicely by the Burlington defender, rolls over to Amelia Manstad. She sends it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg on the hunt. Over to Days. Days tries to get it into Sheriff. Sheriff can't get there. Rolls back to Lucy in the midfield. Lucy sends it over to Manstad. Manstad's got some space. Takes it, but broken up. And it rolls back to the Arlington midfield. So Arlington taking a little bit of possession here. Looks like they're taking control a little bit. There's a nifty move by Megan Kerr. Kerr into Manstad. Manstad into Days. Days tries to shoot it into Kohlberg. Can't get there. And Arlington now starting to possess the ball a little bit and maybe wear down Burlington. That's what I'm seeing. Here's Ann Kohlberg at senior. Plays it back to Insa Manstad. Manstad with some space. Shoots it into Sheriff. Sheriff with a turn. She's broken up. A beautiful move by Mackenzie Sheriff. Sheriff sends it back to Kohlberg. Kohlberg tries to shoot it into Sheriff. Sheriff tries to get there. She's hit on the play. And here comes Arlington. The Arlington girls are hungry. And Burlington wisely tries to clear it to the midfield and does. And there's a nice ball into number 19, Riley Glennon. But she's dispossessed. Days plays it into Manstad. No one's there. And a nice touch by Burlington. And Millie Manstad better get over there and cover. And she does. Little Millie Manstad, the freshman. And it rolls out on number 8. Rebecca Haddad, a beautiful play by the freshman Amelia Manstad. She's got Gallagher up on the left. She's got Lucy towards the middle. She goes for the Gallagher option, never a bad option. Haddad kicks it out of bounds, number 8, and it's still Arlington ball. Millie Manstad throws it into Mackenzie Sheriff. Here's a little Burlington possession. Riley Glennon. Glennon sends it back out to number 7. And a beautiful play by Amelia Brush covering the box. Very aggressive. She could have had trouble there with Erin Mackey, the junior midi. There's a ball that Burlington lets bounce. That's a dangerous situation. Sheriff tries to flick it. It comes back to Manstedt with some space and some room and a shot. Blocked by Burlington defender number 9, Emily Morera, senior. Okay, so now Burlington is looking like they're in a little bit of trouble. They're just kind of kicking the ball up, and Arlington is taking its time, sort of peeling the onion here and trying to build some possession, it appears, into the Burlington box. Ball rolls to Kohlberg. She plays it square to Kahlo. Kahlo with lots of space, number 20. Kahlo tries to shoot it into Days. Broken up by Burlington. And here, ball rolls back to the 40 to Lucy. Lucy into Manstedt. Manstedt with the dipsy doodle. Tries to shoot it into Sheriff and does, but just a little bit too much mustard on the pass. It looks like we've got another Arlington substitution. It looks like it's going to be number 23, the freshman Alyssa Palillo. Arlington substitution number 23, Alyssa Palillo. Now, in the Winchester game, last game, the Wilmington game, Palillo got crunched, but she shook it off and came back into the contest and was able to really put some good pressure on the Wilmington side. Here's Kohlberg. Kohlberg tries to chip it into Palillo and does rather nicely. Palillo tries to center it, but cannot. So we've got a Burlington kick. We're halfway through the first half. No goals scored yet. And the better chances have probably come from Arlington at the half. A clearance ball met by Lucy over to Kahlo and then back to Manstedt. Manstedt sends it into Days, but again, it rolls out of bounds. So Arlington is starting to come together a little bit here. They're possessing the ball a little bit, certainly significantly amount more than Burlington at this point. And it looks like we have a timeout. All right. Okay, we're back in action here. It's a Burlington throw-in. There's a clearance ball by Burlington, met by Megan Kerr. Kerr dumps it to the middle to Gracie Kahlo. Kahlo collects, sends it over to Insa Manstedt, and here's a switch of the field. They look to work it on the other side now for Arlington. Manstedt sends it beautifully into Days. Oh, excuse me, Palillo. Palillo runs through it, but it's going to roll out of bounds on Palillo. Arlington now with a group of freshmen that are seeing a lot of minutes this season. Petrillo, number 23. And we've got on the right-hand side, it looks like we've got Petra Ypsilantis in the game at right midfield. Yeah, that's her over on the right-hand side. Carlo has got Ypsilantis. Instead, dummy by Ypsilantis sends it in, and she scores! A goal, Arlington. Petra Ypsilantis. And she had just come into the game, and her first goal of the season, that is going to, oh no, is it Ypsilantis or Hazen? Let's see, number 17. That is going to be Arlington goal number 17, Petra Ypsilantis. Assisted by number 19, Mackenzie Sheriff. So Petra Ypsilantis, a junior midfielder who had come into the game as a sub, floats one. A floater from the right side that drifted nicely into the top corner of the Burlington goal. And Kenzie Arsenal must not be too pleased with that one, but it counts. Sheriff tries to shoot it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg on the hunt. Beautiful play by Lucy. Oh, did anyone see that? Jenny Lucy plays it off the chest directly to her foot and sends it right into Carlo, but Carlo can't collect it. Horgan, oh, great cover by Manstad, who saved Horgan. Beautiful defense by Arlington to prevent the breakaway from Riley Glennon. Glennon is a pest. They're going to have to put a body on her this game, clearly. Horgan tries to shoot it in and does to Manstad. Manstad tries to play it over to Carlo. Too much. Beautiful play again by the younger Manstad. Sends it into Kohlberg, and here comes Kohlberg. Oh, a beautiful pass over to Sheriff. Sheriff with a drive. Broken up. Oh, and the ref calls it a goal kick, and Sheriff did not like that call one bit. Nice little touch pass from Kohlberg into Sheriff, but she couldn't pull the trigger quickly enough. The assist on the Ypsilantis goal, the credit is given now to Sheriff for the time being, but that's because she had the beautiful dummy fake to let it go through her legs and roll over to Ypsilantis. Unclear right now who sent it over to through the legs of Sheriff. Carlo plays it nicely back to Lucy. The Lucy child over to Manstad. Manstad takes a beautiful touch and turns, shoots it into Sheriff. Sheriff cannot get there, and a goalie kick again. Nice passing inside the box by Arlington. We've got up top Petrillo, Kohlberg, Sheriff, Carlo, and Ypsilantis still in on the right. Here comes some more Arlington substitutions. It looks like it's going to be Julia Zach, a junior defender, coming in, along with Julia Hazen, a sophomore midfielder. Arlington substitutions at defense, Julia Zach, and at midfield, number 6, Julia Hazen. The double Julia substitution. So a double Julia substitution. Kohlberg tries to get to the free ball. Can't do it. There's a fake by number 1, Madison McDonald, but she gets away with it. And here comes Glennon, number 19. She's been everywhere, Riley Glennon. Clearly the approach is to shoot it into her. Horgan calmly plays it over to Amelia Manstad. Manstad tries to play it up the middle and does to Kohlberg, who gets there first. Kohlberg shoots it back over to Amelia Manstad. Amelia Manstad gets it across, or tries to get it across to Petra Ypsilantis. Ypsilantis can't get there. Oh, a nice fake. but a kick out back to Amelia Manstadt. Very busy today, the young freshman. Here's Julia Zach's first touch of the game. Zach, number 13, a junior defender. Smartly over to Horgan, senior captain. Horgan's got plenty of room, plenty of time, and plenty of space. And it looks like the Burlington girls are a little bit flat at this point. There's a ball in. Ooh, beautiful defense by number, who is that back there? It looks like it's number 9, Emily Marrero, who's been busy today, a senior center playing center back. Amelia Manstadt shoots it into Mackenzie Sheriff. Sheriff can't get there, and nobody's there. The ball rolls out of bounds, and it's going to be a Burlington goal kick. So we are 14 minutes left in the first half. We've elapsed 26 minutes. Arlington with 1 goal from the junior midfielder Petra Ypsilantis. Here comes another Arlington substitution. It looks like it's going to be Jessica Callie. Callie is a sophomore, I believe. Yep, Jesselyn Callie, excuse me. Jessie Callie. All right, Mackenzie Sheriff takes the ball, plays it over to Hazen. Hazen shoots it over to Manstadt. Manstadt takes a twist, sends it across to Ypsilantis. Ypsilantis with another, tries for another floater but can't get it. Rolls back. The busy Manstadt girls are there, number 3 and number 16. Sheriff over to Manstadt. Manstadt tries to play it short into, Sheriff tries to play it short into Manstadt but can't get there. Horgan plays a short ball over to Zach. Zach plays it in deep but rolls over to Burlington. Zach again, who's been busy on her shift. There's Hazen, plays a short ball into Manstadt. Manstadt tries to chip it into Kohlberg, can't get there. And here comes some pressure for Arlington. Kahlo takes her time. Beautiful, Grace Kahlo with a beautiful play, but no one's there to collect. And Burlington just shoots it out again to Glennon. Glennon is, as good as she is, very hard to go 1-on-3, and now she's 1-on-5. Glennon is in a sea of white. Not much maneuverability there. She does shoot it into number 5, Madison LeBaron, but LeBaron can't get it back to her, and it's going to be Arlington possession. Here comes Ypsilantis. She shanks it to the right, and it rolls out of bounds, and it's going to be a Burlington throw. Burlington throw met by Ypsilantis with the head. Sheriff gets back to get it. Here's Manstadt. Manstadt with plenty of time. Shoots it in deep to Sheriff, and Sheriff's going to run on this ball. Sheriff's got wheels, and she calls for a corner kick and wins it. So Sheriff wins a corner kick. Arlington substitution number 1, Jessie Callie. Replacing Grace Kahlo. So here's an Arlington corner kick. It's going to be shot through the legs to Insa Manstadt. Manstadt tries to go through, and it's knocked out by Burlington, but the Burlington defender did not like the call. Jordan Della Santa did not like it at all, a senior. And there's an Arlington odd choice to play the Statue of Liberty play. Doesn't seem to have been that effective lately. And here comes number 11, Jackie McCarthy. Arlington substitution number 11, Jackie McCarthy. So Paul Austin using his bench. He sends in number 11, Jackie McCarthy. She's a junior midfielder. Almost a nice turn. Kohlberg with a shot, but over the net. Manstadt tries to play it into Kohlberg, but Kohlberg can't turn on it. She does get a toe on it, but it floats over the Burlington net, and it's going to be a Burlington goal kick. About 10 minutes left in the half. It's been pretty much all Arlington. Burlington hasn't really made any big chances yet. Arlington has done a very nice job meeting the ball in the midfield, and they've really controlled the midfield. Here's a ball into Kohlberg. She plays it off her face. Can't get there, but she stays on the hunt. Burlington with a clearance ball, met again by Millie Manstadt, who's been so busy. Heads it in to Jackie McCarthy. McCarthy over to Amelia Manstad. Plays it into Jessie Callie. Callie, oh, Mackenzie Roy tried to float it in to Manstad. Would have sent her in alone, but she couldn't get there. It's going to be a throw in for Julia Zach, number 13, junior defender. Zach's on sacks. Zach sends it into Manstad. Manstad's got some options. She sends it into Zach. Zach plays a long ball into the box to Kohlberg. Beautifully broken up by number 1. There's a ball in Callie. And here's a fight. Manstad on the hunt. Ypsilantis is there, and here comes Glennon, but Horgan is there to stop her. Ball rolls out on Arlington. It's going to be Burlington ball. So the Burlington strategy seems pretty clear at this point. They're going to try to get the ball into Riley Glennon, a sophomore forward. There's a ball that drifts towards the Burlington net and out of bounds for a Burlington goal kick. We're 9 minutes left in the half. Arlington leads 1-0 on the Ypsilantis goal. First of the season for Petra. Petra is a junior. Burlington clearance ball met by Manstad. This is where Arlington is really playing well today. These clearance balls, they're winning all of them, and they're not letting them bounce in the middle. That hurt them in Winchester, and it has hurt them earlier in the season as well. But it looks like today they've been schooled to meet that first ball in the air, and they've been doing it beautifully. Let's see if they can do it again here on the Burlington goal clearance kick. Here's a long ball to about met again by Manstad. Manstad to her head into Sheriff. Sheriff plays it into Manstad. Manstad into Kohlberg. Kohlberg tries to turn, runs out of room, shoots it over to Ypsilantis with the left foot, tries to send it into McCarthy. Here's Jessie Callie trying to get a shot at it. And Arlington really pressuring. Here they come into the top third. Millie Manstad tries to dump it in. Kohlberg tries to win it. Sends it over to McCarthy. McCarthy takes a touch and causes Burlington to kick it out of bounds. It's going to be an Arlington throw in. The Arlington girls are working hard for that second goal. Second goal here could be instrumental for Arlington. Manstad tries to play it off the head and does. Kohlberg centers it back in. Cleared by Burlington out to Glennon. Glennon tries to outbeat Horgan. That's a difficult thing to do, but does cause Horgan to kick it out of bounds, and it's going to be Burlington ball. Here comes a Burlington substitution. Can't read the number. Oh, Glennon's going to get her first break. And let's see if we can see this number coming in. Let's see. It is number 8. Arlington substitution number 8, Linnea McAllister. Burlington substitution number 8, Rebecca Haddad replaces number 19, Riley Glennon. Here's a free kick for Manstad. That's her name. Here's Insa Manstad, sends it into Callie. Callie tries to send it in. Broken up by Burlington. Ball shoots over to, shot over to Roy, and it's clearly out of bounds for Burlington. So here comes a Arlington corner kick at the 6th minute, and here comes some substitutions. It looks like it's going to be Sheriff and Kohlberg getting a break, and here comes Raina Conti and Abigail Ewan. Arlington substitutions number 18, Raina Conti, and number 9, Abigail Ewan. So Austin using his bench with the narrow 1-goal lead. Insa Manstad sends it into Ewan. Ewan tries to send it back to Manstad, but she can't get there. Here's Haddad. Tries to play it square and does. Orianne Holman comes back into the game. The ball rolls back to Brush. Brush takes a swat at it. Sends it into Manstad. Manstad plays it square patiently over to Linnea McAllister. McAllister back into Manstad. Manstad with plenty of time and space, although she's pestered and she's fouled by Orianne Holman. Holman, a nice-looking player, strong midfielder, physical player. Here's going to be a free kick from the freshman Amelia Manstadt. Austin has used most of his substitutions this half. Manstadt sends it deep in to Conti. Conti is there but can't turn on it. Abigail Ewan plays it back to Ypsilantis. Ypsilantis into, a dangerous play into the box. She tried to shoot it into McCarthy, and McCarthy couldn't get there. So Arsenault is going to have a punt. Arsenault out to about the 40, but Manstadt takes control. Manstadt's got some wheels. She's pestered. She tries to send it into Conti. She's knocked down, but she's up. And here's Haddad, tries to shoot it in and does. But look at that. Petra Ypsilantis gets back on defense to help out, disrupts the play, and wins the possession for Arlington. Very nice turn of events for the Spy Ponders. Ypsilantis tries to send it into Ewan. A little bit too much. Burlington kicks it out. Ypsilantis plays it nicely back to Linnea McAllister. McAllister in a little bit of trouble. Horgan covers, shoots it out of bounds or off the head of Burlington's number 7, Jordan Della Santa. Here's a fight in the midfield. It's won by Manstadt. She plays it over to Ewan. Ewan sends it over to Ypsilantis, who sends it into the middle to Jessie Callie. Callie tries to fight for it. Ball rolls loose over to Manstadt. Manstadt shoots it into Conti. Conti with the ball. She's had some time. She's got some space. She plays it into McCarthy. McCarthy shoots it in. Oh, a beautiful pass by McCarthy, but Abigail Ewan just could not get there in time. Nice look by McCarthy. 3 minutes left in the first half. And here's another substitution. It looks like Ypsilantis comes out and Maggie Crimmins comes in. Arlington substitution number 12, the freshman Maggie Crimmins. Replacing number 17, Petra Ypsilantis. There's a ball won by Julia Hazen. Hazen with a beautiful win. Abigail Ewan with the fake. Sends it back to Manstadt. Manstadt with some space. Don't want to give her too much space. She sends it into Ewan. Ewan with a drive. Blocked by number 1 for Burlington. Beautiful block by Madison McDonald. And here comes Glennon. Look at Glennon work. Glennon, number 19. And here comes a Burlington throw in. Here's a dangerous situation here as we come down to the 2-minute mark. Glennon tries to shoot it into Haddad. Haddad is knocked off the ball by, and they call it on number 8, Rebecca Haddad. Hated. A senior defender who's been playing up today. Listed as a defender. It's going to be a free kick for little Millie Manstadt. She can kick it a country mile. And sends it out to Crimmins. Crimmins, Conti. Conti sends it beautifully across to Amelia Manstadt. Amelia Manstadt's got Jessie Callie on the right. Callie tries to shoot it in, but it's blocked by Burlington's number 7, Jordan Della Santa, and it's going to be Arlington ball. We're in stoppage time, 2 minutes and a half. Insa Manstadt with the ball at the midfield. Plays it over to Hazen. Hazen back to Manstadt. Manstadt tries to chip it in deep to McCarthy. Can't get there. Crimmins comes away with it. Here's Crimmins. She sends it over to McCarthy. McCarthy looks for options. Finds just one in Crimmins. Crimmins can't take it in, and Burlington kicks it to the midfield over to Glennon. Glennon sends it back to the defense. Defense pops it back out, and it's taken calmly by Elizabeth Horgan. Horgan into Crimmins. Crimmins with the head over to Callie. Callie with the crunch. Manstadt comes away with it. Sends it into to McCarthy, but McCarthy can't get there. Beautiful play by Kenzie Arsenault, the goalkeeper. And here's some more Arlington possession. Millie Manstadt plays it into McAllister, who floats it in with the left foot into the Abigilio. But she can't collect it, and the ball rolls out of bounds. Good half for Arlington. Most of the possession. Most of the chances. Probably could have had another goal or two. And it should be the halftime whistle at any moment. Okay, Arlington looks to wind down the first half, and they do with some possession. Good half for Arlington. And Okay, we're back for second half action. Here comes the kickoff. Oh, Kevin Carter in the house. KC. The regal dad of the Hurricane. Okay, Kevin Carter has visited the booth. He's the father of Grace Hurricane Carter, the one of the greatest stars of Arlington sports. Star soccer player, star basketball player, Grace Carter. Wonderful kid, now a freshman. Have to figure out where she ended up. All right, Brush sends it to midfield. It's almost met by Mara. She can't get there. But Conti takes control of it, tries to flick it into somebody, but nobody's there. Manstad meets it, sends it over to her sister, Amelia Manstad, over to Livy Jones. Magic Jones tries to keep it in. Fortunately, it went out because Glennon was off to the races. They're going to have to continue to keep an eye on number 19, Riley Glennon. The ponders are if they're going to come away with a win here. Burlington sends it into Orion Holman. Holman tries to send it back and does to number 16, Kerry Urquhart. Urquhart with the throw. Narrow lead for Arlington. Urquhart sends it in. Amelia Insamanstad floats it out of bounds, and it's going to be another throw in for Urquhart, number 16. 16, Urquhart, a junior defender. Tries to dump it into Haddad. It's whiffed on by Manstad. And there's the sister on the hunt, number 16. Burlington keeps possession. Sent over to Madison Hoyt, a captain. Hoyt, number 11. There's a nice turn by Orion Holman. Holman's been in control, or somewhat in control of the middle. There's a ball tried to send in. Kohlberg, it looks like she could win this. She might win it. Oh, but a beautiful play by the Burlington keeper, Kenzie Arsenal, to outrun Kohlberg and kick it out of bounds. So we've got a throw in for Amelia Manstad. She throws it into her sister, Insa Manstad. Manstad with some room. Cuts back. Takes it to the left. Tries to run by. There's a cross by. Who's over there on the left, number 23? That looks like it is Alyssa Petrillo with the start of the second half. Burlington tries to kick it out, but can't. There's a first ball from McKenna Matson. Rolls all the way back to Amelia Brush. So we're just in the first opening minutes of the second half. Arlington with a narrow one-goal lead. They did dominate the first half. There's a nice punt by Brush. Carolyn Days tries to run on it and does. She plays it onto the head into Kohlberg. Kohlberg pushes off, and Days comes away with it. Days tries to shoot it deep. There's Kohlberg with a fake. Tries to send it into Manstad, but it's broken up by Burlington. There's Abigail Ewan comes back. Kohlberg tries to shoot it into Days again over to Burlington. Someone's got to tell Kohlberg that the kids with the red shirts are on the other team. Brush comes out, sends it over to Alyssa Petrillo, rolls back, and now Manstad controls at the midfield. Manstad with some space. She's got Morris on the right. Elects to go into Kohlberg. Kohlberg sends it over to Ewan. Ewan tries to send it into Conti, but it can't get there. It's broken up. The ball rolls out on Burlington. It's going to be an Arlington throw-in. Petrillo dumps it into Manstad. Manstad with some space tries to send it back into Petrillo, broken up by a red shirt. Here's Morris with her first touch of the half. She shoots it across to Days, her freshman counterpart. Days plays square to Jones. Jones tries to dump it into Abigail Ewan. Can't get there. And Burlington meekly kicks it out of bounds. So Arlington with the throw-in. It's Olivia Jones. Jones lofts it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg tries to turn on it and does. Sends it in. It comes back to Kohlberg. Kohlberg shoots it through the wickets into Ewan, but Ewan can't get there. Here's Insa Manstad. This kid's got a cannon. She's knocked down by Orion Holman again, and those two have been doing battle all day. Holman and Manstad, two very fast physical players. The free kick is going to be from the 20 yards out by Sophie Morris. Now, Morris, a freshman, has a cannon. She can drive it, and the trick here will be not to send it over the net, but into one of the top shelves. Let's see if Morris can do it. She does. Oh, she hits the crossbar. Morris crossbar. And the ball rolls out of bounds on Burlington. Morris crossbar on a free kick. And Arlington threatens there. Ball shoots in. Petrillo tries to drive it across. She can't. Rolls back to Manstadt. Manstadt patiently over to her sister. Tries to send it back in. Homan clears it back out. And it's played by Horgan over to Jones. Jones has got, here's some trouble. Jones is dispossessed. And here comes Glennon one-on-one on Horgan. A classic matchup. She instead passes it over to Rebecca Haddad. And Haddad had a chance. Haddad had a chance on a nice cross from Riley Glennon. So Glennon and Haddad have been trouble for Arlington. Here they come again. Here's Glennon. Plays it over to number 15, McKenna Matson. Matson with a little bit of space. Oh, nice pullback by Matson. And she drives it deep into the... Oh, beautiful play by Matson, but couldn't get it on the frame. So it looks like Burlington does have some punch with Glennon, Haddad, and Matson. Matson, number 15, a senior. Haddad, number 8, a senior. And Glennon, only a sophomore. So it looks like Burlington, and there's Burlington meeting the first ball. So Arlington's come out the second half a little bit flat. Burlington with some chances here. Manstadt steps on it. Sends it back to Horgan. Horgan plays it in deep to Petrillo. Petrillo keeps it in nicely. Oh, and a nice move by Petrillo to shoot it into Manstadt. Manstadt tries to flick it into Abigail Ewan. Ewan's in a race with number 1, Madison McDonald. She wins it. Here's Manstadt over to Morris. Morris shoots it back into Manstadt. Manstadt tries to shoot it into Days. And just almost a nice little touch by Manstadt. And Days ran on it nicely, but they couldn't quite come away with it. Paul Austin has got Abigail Ewan and Anna Kohlberg up top. Raina Conti is sort of a offensive midfielder. Then the deep midfield is Morris, Manstadt, Petrillo, and Days. Here's Petrillo. She shoots it into Ewan. Ewan tries to place it across the Days, but not going to happen with McKenna Matson back there to help. Here's Morris. Shoots it over to Manstadt. Arlington building some possession here in the midfield. Manstadt chips it in beautifully to Ewan. Ewan turns. She whiffs on the shot, but she was in position to shoot, and a very nice pass in from Manstadt to Ewan. Abigail Ewan not going to get down over a play like that. In fact, she's going to come back even stronger, I can assure you. Let's see what she can do. Here's Petrillo. She shoots it in, tries to shoot it into Kohlberg, and Burlington tries to clear it out. Manstadt drifts it in, but caught nicely by Kenzie Arsenault, the Burlington keeper. No substitutions yet in the half. We're about 8.5 minutes into the second half. Arlington leads 1-0 on the goal by Petra Ypsilantis. There's a punt to about the 50, met beautifully by Sophie Morris. Stops the first ball from floating in the middle. And essential part of soccer and defense. Here's a substitution. It looks like there's going to give a little bit of break to Orion Homan. And it's going to be number 4, Danielle Lynch. Burlington substitution, number 4, Danielle Lynch. Here comes Morris with some space. She sends it into Kohlberg. But she's broken up by number 16. Nicely. Days tries to send it in. She can't. Days wins it back to Manstadt. Manstadt tries to chip it in. She does to Abigail Ewan. Ewan sends it over to Conti. Conti tries to shoot. She can't get there. Arlington putting some pressure on. Glennon tries to shoot it out, but it's beautifully played by Amelia Manstadt. Amelia Manstadt again, and here comes Burlington. Glennon tries to chip it in to Haddad, but Horgan is there. Horgan plays it over to Jones. Jones plays it beautifully into Manstadt. Manstadt into Ewan, and here come the Spy Ponders. Ewan never gives up. Dispossessed there by number 15. Horgan plays it across to Morris. Morris with a nice touch into Conti. Conti with a beautiful square ball over to Petrillo. And Petrillo keeps it in beautifully. Oh, my goodness. Alyssa Petrillo, the human highlight reel. A freshman. And here comes Kohlberg. Kohlberg wins a corner kick from Petrillo. Alyssa Petrillo with a magic show over there on the wing. And here's going to be a corner kick for Sophie Morris. It's going to be Jenny Lucci and Megan Kerr. Arlington substitutions. Number 21, Jenny Lucci. Number 15, Megan Kerr. There's a chance for Arlington on the corner kick, but unable to shoot it in. Abigail Ewan is everywhere, per usual. So Burlington, down by a goal, is going to have to take some chances here. We're 28 minutes left in the match. And here comes another substitution, Maggie Crimmins. Arlington substitution number 12, Maggie Crimmins. Replacing the Abigailio. Abigail Ewan. They call her that because she floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee. Here's Haddad, shoots it in. Brush is there nicely to cover it up for Arlington. Brush rolls it out to Morris. Morris has got some time. She sends it into Days, who's got some time. Days has got Crimmins on the run and Kohlberg on the run. She elects to go over to Manstadt, who shoots it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg can't get there, and it rolls back out to the Burlington midfield. Nice square ball from Glennon. And it looks like Megan Kerr is on the hunt, but Haddad has got the Jets and outruns her. Kerr with the elbow to the chest, and she gets called for it. And Haddad is going to win that ball. A very nice win by Haddad in the corner. And she's fouled by Kerr. And here's a dangerous situation. It's the free kick is going to be taken by number 16, Kerry Urquhart, a junior defender. And this could be trouble here. Urquhart bends it beautifully into the box. It's jumped. It's cleared by Arlington. Crimmins tries to get there first, but cannot. And Burlington comes away with it. And here comes the way offsides. And the ref was going to call it, but didn't. In any event, it rolls back to Amelia Brush inconsequentially. Brush with another thunderous punt over the 50. Met by Manstadt. Manstadt into Kohlberg. Kohlberg tries to turn it, plays it nicely over to Manstadt, and heads into space. Here's Manstadt. Someone's got to cover her. Sends it over to Days. Days tries to center it. Finally does, but sent right in to the Burlington keeper, Kenzie Arsenault, who smothers it. Okay, so we got a ball game here. We're 15 minutes into the half. 26 minutes left in the half. It looks like Mackenzie Sheriff is going to be coming into the game. And Sheriff has got 5 goals on the season, the leading scorer for Arlington in goals. It'd be nice to see her. There's Days in a fight. Kerr kicks it out of bounds, and we've got a souvenir. So we've got a Burlington throw. It's going to be an Arlington substitution, Mackenzie Sheriff. Arlington substitution, number 19, Mackenzie Sheriff. Austin talking to Kohlberg on the sidelines. Look like he's not happy about something. And it's time for a little bit of instruction, maybe a little cup of water for the senior captain as she perhaps heads to the doghouse. All right, Arlington ball. There's Crimmins. Crimmins sends it out to Manstadt. Manstadt been busy this afternoon. She's had Orion Holman to contend with. Lucci sends it into Mackenzie Sheriff. Sheriff, almost took control of it, but nice recovery by Madison McDonald at defense. There's Morris with a shot. She shot it wide. Morris is not shy. She can shoot the ball from anywhere on the field. She's got a goal this season, at least one, that I can recall, and a nice assist on a corner kick onto the head earlier in the season of Amelia Manstedt. The Spy Ponders have a few freshmen on the field. Now they've got Maggie Crimmins, number 12, a freshman. They've got Alyssa Petrillo, number 23, a freshman. Number 25, Sophie Morris, a freshman. Number 16, Amelia Manstedt, a freshman. And so, interestingly, one, two, and Carolyn Day. So he's got his 5 freshmen on the field, which is a lovely, lovely thing to see for a coach, because it bodes well for the future to get young players in with significant minutes to contribute during the regular season. Haddad gets a break for Burlington, and it looks like it's going to be number 10, Megan Flaherty. Morris into Lucy. Lucy over to Days. Days tries to play it into Mackenzie Sheriff. She can't. It's met by Burlington defender. Sophie Morris with a drive. Hit the goal. Oh, Morris off the crossbar again. Under the feet of Burlington keeper. And we've got a little bit of a lazy second half here. A nice ball in. Called offsides on Burlington, though. And we've got 22 minutes left in the game. Austin with his 5 freshmen in the game. Crimmins, Days, Morris, Petrillo, and Manstedt. Morris sends it in. Lucy's there first. Lucy sends it over to Manstedt. Manstedt tries to head it in to Crimmins. Crimmins gets it into Sheriff. Sheriff shoots it wide, and there's a break for Petrillo. But a beautiful play by Kenzie Arsenault, the Burlington keeper, to thwart the scoring attempt from Alyssa Petrillo. Here comes Burlington threatening. Ball back, and there's a deep shot. Over the net. Megan Flaherty, number 10, with a drive. Sails over the net. Looked like it could have been trouble. Here comes Glennon. Glennon with a shot, but it rolls softly into brush. So now Burlington is threatening. Burlington threatens in the second half. So Burlington doing some substituting, putting some fresh legs into the game. It looks like Orianne Holman's back in. There's Crimmins on the hunt. Ball rolls back to Manstedt. Manstedt tips it into Lucy. Lucy tries to send it across, but can't. It's broken up by Madison Hoyt, senior captain, midfielder. Ball rolls back to Megan Kerr. Kerr shoots it into Morris. Morris with a beautiful turn and some space. Morris likes to shoot, but instead she goes over, tries to get it over to Days. Days runs it, but it rolls out of bounds. And we've got 20 minutes left, so we're halfway through the second half. Arlington clinging to a narrow lead, a one-goal lead. And it's going to be a Burlington kick. All right, it looks like. Oh, Crimmins is denied. A big save on Crimmins. And it rolls all the way back to Brush. All right, interesting game going on here now. Arlington now with some chances. Amelia Brush with another beautiful punt. This one almost to the 50. This one at the 55. Taken beautifully by Hoyt. Hoyt sends it in, but the ball is way offsides. And it looks like we've got another Arlington substitution about to happen. It looks like, hard to see. Here's a free kick from Amelia Manstadt. We're at the 18th minute. She sends it into her sister. Her sister plays it over to Sophie Morris. Morris dumps it deep in, met nicely by Madison Hoyt, the captain. Lucy is pushed from behind by number 10, Megan Flaherty. The Burlington fans did not like the call, but the call stands. So it's going to be a free kick here from Littleface. Manstadt, she sends it into Lucy. Lucy flicks it beautifully into Crimmins. Crimmins gets a head on it, but broken up by Burlington. Days with a nice win. Carolyn Days sends it back to Meg Kerr, but it rolls out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw for the Burlington squad. Megan Flaherty knocks down Manstadt. Here is Holman. Holman tries to send it across, and it's going to be an Arlington ball. Nice play by Holman with the head ball into Flaherty. Manstadt takes it away from her. It looks like the ball is just sort of floating around here. We haven't seen a lot of possession this half for either team. There's an open midfield. Where is the Arlington midfield? A little slow getting back. And here's a little bit of Burlington possession. There's a kick sent by Burlington, not looking to possess much. And the ball rolls out to Horgan. Horgan sends it over to Kerr. Kerr, number 15. She's got no option but back to Brush. Brush drills it into the midfield. Holman is almost there, but not. And here comes Manstadt. Manstadt with some time and space. Too much space to give her, but she gets away with it, and she's decked by number 11, Madison Hoyt, the senior captain. Burlington ball. Met nicely by Manstadt. Manstadt tries to get there first. Horgan sends it to the midfield to Morris. Morris plays it off the chest, sends it beautifully over to Lucy Child. Lucy tries to turn with it and does. Sends a deep ball in, looking for Sheriff. Can't get there, but here's Crimmins. Crimmins is crunched in the box. Mackenzie Sheriff sends it over to Petrillo, and Petrillo shoots it over the net. Crimmins got destroyed on that play, but there was no call. Sheriff to Petrillo. Arlington substitutions, Grace Kahlo and Anna Kohlberg. Arlington substitutions, Ann Kohlberg and Grace Kahlo replacing Sophie Morris. And Alyssa Petrillo. So Austin got a great shift from his two from his 5 freshmen who got to play together at the same time. He's got a 6th freshman, a stellar goalkeeper, Anna Kuklinski. She hasn't gotten in. She's gotten into some good action this season, but we haven't seen much of her recently. But she'll be a force to be reckoned with in the years to come. And there's some real good defense from number 16, Kerry Urquhart, who manhandled the freshman Carolyn Days, but Carolyn Days is still going and hustling. Number 2, Carolyn Days. Brush comes out, picks it up. Glennon was on the hunt, and here come the Spy Ponders on the counter. Manstad into Kahlo. Kahlo just came off the bench, sends it back to Manstad. Manstad, one touch into Kohlberg. Kohlberg's got some time, sends it softly into Manstad, and Manstad is dispossessed. It's going to be Arlington ball. Okay, 15 minutes left. Arlington could certainly use an insurance goal here as they need a point and another win. Crimmins stayed in the game after she took the big hit. Crimmins plays it back to Manstad. Manstad sends it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg sends it over to Lucy. Lucy with a beautiful deflection. She plays a softball back to Kerr. Kerr tries to dump it into the box. She does. Kohlberg with a strike over the net and wide. So 13 minutes left. Arlington clinging to a narrow 1-goal lead. Burlington not with many chances, but you never know on the when you're going to see a strike. And here's an Arlington timeout. I got to find something to play for him. Let's see what we can do. Here we go. How are you? No? How about this one?
We passed up on the stairs. We spoke of was and when.
Did you just get him?
Although I wasn't there. After all the jets, and the bosses, and the clowns with all gone to bed.
Okay, here we are after the timeout. Arlington, 13 minutes left in the game, 1-goal lead. And it looks like it's going to be a Burlington goal kick. It is a Burlington goal kick. Urquhart sends it to the midfield. Arlington lets it bounce. Always a dangerous situation. But Manstad covers. Kohlberg on the hunt. Plays it over. And there's a long ball, and here comes Glennon, and she's got a job to do, to beat Horgan. Tough thing to do, and she does it, though. And it's going to be out on Horgan. Horgan tries to pretend that it's Arlington ball, but she's caught in the subterfuge. And it is going to be a throw-in for the Burlington captain, number 11, Madison Hoyt. Hoyt shoots it left-footed and out of bounds, and Arlington comes away with it. So we've got about 13 minutes left in the game. Arlington clinging to a narrow 1-goal lead. They've had the better chances, but Burlington has shown that they can hang. Burlington had a big win earlier in the season over Woburn, a team that knocked Arlington out of the playoffs last season and almost beat Arlington this season. So it's not a foregone conclusion here. Lucy sends it in, tries to send it into Sheriff. It's broken up. Here's Kohlberg, plays it off her, plays it nicely back to Kahlo. Kahlo shoots it in deep to Crimmins. Crimmins getting some quality minutes here today. Kohlberg, it looks like, is going to be in the middle. Here's Kahlo. Kahlo tries to send it into Crimmins. Crimmins can't get there. There's Amelia Manstad covering again. She's had a busy afternoon. There's Lucy in a battle with Flaherty. Flaherty sends it into Glennon. Glennon tries to beat Horgan, knocks Horgan down, or tries to knock her down, but can't get there. Flaherty sends it over, but who's that back? It's a Manstad, and here she comes. She's got a head of steam. She plays it into Kohlberg. Kohlberg shoots it in, or tries to shoot it in deep to Sheriff, but can't. But it's won nicely by Manstad. Manstad with some steam. Sends it into Crimmins. Crimmins with a touch. Crimmins, tries to shoot it over to Sheriff, but can't get there. Good idea by Crimmins, and a good combination for Arlington. As Austin going to go with some fresh legs. It looks like he's got Jesselyn Callie on the sidelines ready to come in with perhaps Julia Hazen. There's Kerr. Kerr over to Lucy. Lucy tries to play it to the middle to Kohlberg. Can't get there. It rolls over to Amelia Manstad, number 16. She sends it in to her sister, Insa Manstad. Manstad with the ball, the senior captain. Tries to shoot it into Crimmins. Crimmins can't get there, but it does roll out off of Burlington, so it's going to be an Arlington throw-in. Here comes some substitutions for Arlington. It's Julia Hazen and Jessie Callie. Arlington substitutions, number 6, Julia Hazen, and number 1, Jessie Callie. There's a big throw-in for Manstad. She sends it into Crimmins. Crimmins dumps it over to Insa Manstad. Insa Manstad's got some room. Tries to shoot it over to the Sheriff. Sheriff can't get there, and it's rolled out on Burlington. Manstad throws it into Crimmins. Crimmins plays it back to Manstad. Manstad shoots it back into Burlington, who floats it softly towards the middle. Kohlberg's bounced off the ball, but she wins it back. Beautiful square ball from Manstad, not collected by Hazen. Here's Kerr. Kerr tries to send it into Days. It floats out of bounds, and it's going to be Burlington ball. Okay, so 10 minutes left. Can Arlington hold on in a much-needed win? Arlington's next game is Monday, Columbus Day, back here at Pierce Field. Here's Kohlberg. She switches the field over to Manstad nicely. Manstad collects it beautifully. Lynn Horgan in the house. There's a ball deep in. It's knocked in by Hazen. Hazen again. Chipped back in by Jessie Callie. Mackenzie Sheriff sends it square to Manstad. Manstad sends it back into the Sheriff. And Burlington in a little bit of trouble here. Here's Callie, plays it softly into Manstad. Manstad's got some numbers. Manstad shoots. Save! Kenzie Arsenault. Manstad shot. Save Arsenault. And here comes Burlington. Horgan in pursuit. Glennon is in pursuit. Plays it over to Kerr. Kerr plays it nicely into Hazen. Hazen over to Days. Days flicks it towards Crimmins, but Crimmins can't get there. And here come Burlington. Kerr tries to meet the ball and does. Days is a pest. Kicks it out of bounds. And here comes a throw in by Burlington. Kohlberg is hanging back at this point. Usually a striker, but I guess providing a little bit of help. There's Glennon with the win. Sends it back deep. A big kick by McKenna Matson, but it rolls out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick. Okay, so time is running down now on Burlington. And here comes number 4, Linnea McAllister, and number 23, Alyssa Polillo. Arlington substitution, number 8, Linnea McAllister, and number 23, Alyssa Polillo. Wise communication by Brush, telling her defenders to let the ball roll back to her so that she can provide a punt. But there's a first ball from Burlington, and Arlington could get away with it. Here comes Manstad. She's got some jets. She's in a horse race, and she pulled the shirt. It looked like she pulled the shirt Yeah, she did. Manstad pulled the shirt of Orion Holman. I mean, unsubtle, unsubtle play by Manstad. Her and Holman have been going at it all game. Uh, and that's been a good battle. All right, so here's a free kick from Holman. Drills it with the left foot. It's met nicely by Callie. Callie with a head of steam. She's dispossessed by Holman. Here comes Holman. She's been a pain all game, and she tried to play it in. Burlington tried to stay on sides and did, but the ball rolled out of bounds, and it's going to be Arlington possession. No substitutions at the sideline. 6 minutes left. It looks like Austin may go with this group. Nope, it looks like he's going to be looking for Sophie Morris's freshman to come back into the game. He's got plenty of options. There's a Burlington throw. Oh, back to Holman. You don't want to give her a shot. I'm sure she's got a cannon, but they're going to call a handball on Holman, and that was a handball on Holman. Okay, so the free kick, we're down into the 6-minute mark. It's going to be Amelia Manstad. She's going to have a tired leg tonight. She plays it into Hazen. Hazen can't get there. It's a first ball for Burlington. McAllister sends it deep, deep in, and Petrillo and Crimmins on the hunt, but neither of them can get there in time, and it's going to be Burlington ball. Morris is waiting to come in. Kicked out on... Kicked out, and here's a substitution. Arlington substitution. Sophie Morris replaces number 1, Jessie Callie. Nice minutes for Jessie Callie in the midfield. Austin has got 5.5 minutes left, a much-needed win if they can pull it out today. The team has lost three in a row on the road, and today was not a dominating performance, but nonetheless there's Morris with a fake. She shoots it, tries to shoot it across, but can't. So a much-needed win today if the Spy Ponders can hold on. They've dropped three in a row. A win today would bring them to 6 wins, 3 losses, and 1 tie on the season. I think you only need about 7 or 8 wins to get into the playoffs, so they're in pretty good shape if they can come out of here today with a victory. Ball rolls back to Elizabeth Horgan, quiet leader. Had a great game today. Tried to get it into Manstad, but couldn't, so it's going to be Burlington ball. Burlington's going to have to charge with 4.5 minutes left. It looks like Austin is going to play it conservative in these last 4 minutes. He's got his striker, Kohlberg, playing essentially a holding mid or even a defensive midi position. He's got Elizabeth Horgan and Amelia Manstad back with Linnea McAllister. And it looks like he's hunkered down a little bit, although he's got some good power up top. He's got 3 freshmen up top, Morris, Petrillo, and Days. And it looks like Crimmins is also still in the ball game. He's got all 5 of his freshmen in, actually. His freshman field players, that is. Hazen kicks it up to Crimmins. Crimmins plays it nicely to Morris. Morris beautifully into Days. The freshman 5, the Fab 5. And here comes Petrillo. Petrillo into Crimmins. Crimmins with a shot and a save. So it looks like Austin has his thinking cap on in terms of not only the modern era, but the future. He's playing 5 freshmen, and they're all doing very, very well. And Morris is in a fight there with Holman, and she wins it. Crimmins, number 12, on the hunt with the header beautifully. Crimmins sends it into Manstad. Manstad can't get there. Morris can't get there. And we're down to 2.5 minutes. Can the Spy Ponders hold on is going to be the question that's going to need to be answered today. Burlington with 2 minutes left. Nice switch from Morris. A nice switch from Morris. Days takes it up the right-hand side. Sends it into Hazen. Hazen with a floater into the box. Crimmins tried to run on it but could not get there. And we are in stoppage time. All the pressure now on Burlington. There's a first ball. Rolls towards the middle. Dangerous play. Glennon again. And once that ball bounces in the middle, bad things happen, and that's what we saw there for Arlington. Oh, Morris is buried from behind. The ref lets it go. A terrible call by the ref as he didn't call the foul on Morris, and he did call the foul on Arlington. And this is going to be a problem because this kid Madison, Orion Holman is due. And Brush is locked in, but yeah, it goes to Brush and she makes the save. Big save by Brush. And on Holman to seal the deal. On a Holman direct kick. And now Arlington kicks it down. And we got a ball game. The Spy Ponders of Arlington